Howdy, I'm Android 69420. Look at my trucker hat. Alright, well, enough of that. So, you want to play an infinite energy android? Well, do I have the build for you, tried and tested? Skills, straight away. Endless Shoot is probably your primary. Focus Flash, we'll get to why. Divinity Unleashed, because we're trying to play as someone with infinite energy, right? We need that energy recovery. Divinity Unleashed has that in spades. Charged Key Wave I run because I need it for the kinds of missions I do to make sure you're never running out of stamina. Because again, you're supposed to be an infinite energy android. You can't be running out of your stamina. Lightning Impact. Much the same as Super Electric Strike. Lightning themed move. Way better than Super Electric Strike. Lightning Impact, if you know how to land it, is one of the most damaging 3 keybar moves in the game, bar none. And then, Full Power Energy Blast Volley. You may notice a theme we're going for with this build. Potential Unleashed, because as we saw in the Tournament of Power arc in Dragon Ball Super, Android 17 now has a big white aura. The androids never had that before. They do now, so clearly you get powerful enough as an infinite energy android, you get that Potential Unleashed aura. So fuck it, we'll use that. Super Explosive Wave is just my favourite evasive, but you could use any. My attributes are the same as I've done on previous videos, but that 84 in key is kind of important with the +5 on the QQ bang, so you've got 9 key bars to play with. Again, so Divinity Unleashed, once you've charged that first key bar, can just fill up your energy reserves so you can keep blasting. Because this is a build all about being able to keep blasting. Now, equipment, obviously I've done an Infinite Energy Android costume based on, you know, several of the different androids. The most important thing is I'm using, I think I finally warmed up now. You got this Super Soul from a raid. If you have it, great. If you don't have it, a few other Super Souls will work. 17 and 18 have key regen Super Souls. There's the gonna take a little nap Super Soul that gives you tons of key regen. The reason I like this one is because it also gives you a medium boost to damage. I think that's the best mix. However, if you're looking for a different key regen Super Soul for this build, because again, for this build we're going for that infinite energy thing. We never want to be running out of key. R2 strength aren't just added together. Works perfectly fine. You'll lose out on 10% damage. 10% damage isn't huge. It's nice to have the edge, but it's not huge. So how do we use this build? So, this build was actually designed for an Earthling to take advantage of their extra key regen, but I, for the life of me, can't play an Earthling. So I will be showing you this build on a male Saiyan. You could probably put together this build on any kind of character and it'll have its strengths and weaknesses. You've just got to figure out how to string the combos together. So, our Super Soul's active. How do you use these moves? First one is Focus Flash. Now you want a heavy knockaway at the end of a combo, and then you can follow up with Focus Flash. Again, it's a move that's only 1 key bar, but is super spammy. Like, literally, you're just spamming energy blasts because you're an infinite energy android. This works with most knockaways, so the shortest combo I know to do this on the male Saiyan is literally just X, Y, and then you're there. Like, immediately you can go into that. Similarly, you can just dash in straight away. Connects, easy enough, tons of damage, only 1 key bar used. And if we actually change the training settings to normal on key, the way this works, if you do a knockaway, follow up with Focus Flash, get in there, kick them just a couple times, knock them away, do it again. Look, we've already regenerated the key required to do Focus Flash again. We are literally infinite energy and able to spam this. And that's the theme of this build, is always be having more energy to attack. Now, because we're using Potential Unleashed, which is pretty good for regenerating energy, and there's Divinity Unleashed mixed in there, you charge a bar. You only need to charge a single bar. It's actually just under a single bar, but charge a bar. And then you've got massive, massive ki recovery. Which means at some point, your enemy... And I'm going to turn the AI on for this, just to show what this is like. Let's put the AI on. You know what? Super strong. At some point, you'll just be able to, like, do anything to your enemy. Get distance on them. Throw them. Anything. And then just do this ability. Endless shoot. It's so spammy. You do a nice little jump back. So you can just block straight into it. Ton of damage. You spent all that ki. So now, we'll leave his AI on, because I want to show this off against someone that fights back. We do a little bit of punching. Maybe just one combo. Oh, he died. But look how much ki I got out of that. And that's why we're an infinite energy android, because our ki just comes back crazy fast, allowing us to endless shoot again. Now, if you're ever stuck without ki, just go for the focus flash combo, because using a super soul like this, you're always generating a little bit, which means all you got to do is get a dash in, and then you're away. Hit him with that focus flash. You can always be attacking. Infinite energy. Now, for the ultimates. If you get someone on a knockback, only use this on a knockback. And you have 3 ki bars instead of the 1, and you want a bit of that, like a bit of extra damage. Focus flash is generally better, but if you need a little bit more damage, full power energy blast volley. It's exactly the same thing. A bunch of blue energy balls that you're just yeeting at your opponent. Because again, that's what we're going for. We're going for that spam build. Now, there's one other thing, one other ultimate. Now, this one's the real kicker. If you manage to get a heavy stamina break on your opponent, and then knock them downwards. Either stamina breaking because they did an ultimate, or actually getting that stamina break mid-combo. Before I actually connect with this, we're going to set life to unlimited so I can show you how much frickin' damage this does. You spam the button, charging lightning impact, after a knockdown. And the damage is unfair. Because again, I'm using Potential Unleashed and a 10% damage boost. That's 25% damage boost. The same damage boost that you'd get raw from going Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan. Not even Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan Evolved. Just Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan. This is a 3 ki bar super, and it did 17,000. I'm going to do that again. Just to absolutely show that this completely works, like, every time. It sometimes weirds out on a space map. Every other map I've tried this on, this is a dead cert. You spam that button, and they just take a crap ton of damage for only 3 ki bars. It is ridiculously efficient. It is basically unfair. And if they survive that shit, like, even with a fraction of health, just endless shoot them. Just spam them with endless shoot. It couldn't be easier. Another way you can use Focus Flash, though I wouldn't recommend it, I'd mostly keep it for knockbacks, is while dashing, Focus Flash isn't grayed out. The controls on this are a bit weird. You have to start dashing, release the dash key, because otherwise you'd be on the ultimate menu, not the super menu, and there you see Focus Flash isn't grayed out, boom. You can change direction towards your opponent while they're chasing you, and start charging a Focus Flash. It's ridiculously hard to land, but as we just saw there, not impossible. I wouldn't recommend trying it, but it's just something to keep in mind, that if the AI's being a bit squirrely, like they've got that weird Piccolo runaway AI or whatever, it connects. Although Trunks wants to evasive it every time, because God forbid he get hit and take damage. So yeah, that's the Infinite Energy Android build. And if you want to see how this build works on what I consider to be the hardest PQ in the game, you can check the video on the screen right now and be taken to there and see me body that mission with no allies, no mentor, and no healing items. And if this build can do that, then you can certainly make it work.